Hey fans, it's me Aaron for a comic show. This is New Comics Now. Got a small stack of books. Pretty good week. You know, we're all calm before the storm of San Diego Comic-Con. There's some good new releases, and thanks everyone for supporting our Indiegogo. That was awesome. I didn't know what to expect from that, and we're going to have so much fun in here, and have a big thank you for everyone. This is going to be 24-hour party people up in here. But let's get started with, you know, the big book of the week, the big questionable book, the Grayson. You know, it's just called Grayson, Nightwing. There's a lot of people already kind of mourning Nightwing. We saw Bluebird looking like Nightwing in that issue of Batman that's kind of in the future somewhere in Batman Eternal, issue 28 of Batman, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. But Grayson is no longer Nightwing, and this came out of the Forever Evil, where his identity is exposed, and now he's working for Spiral. It's like this, it's kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like S.H.I.E.L.D., all right? It's like S.H.I.E.L.D. Batman Inc. kind of has a history with it, and, you know, get this cool jock cover. That's nice. But it was a solid first issue. I'm not all aboard. I'm not like super into it because, you know, I like Nightwing. I want to see him as Nightwing. I like to see him outside of Gotham. I like to see him doing his own thing. And I like to see him underestimated. Like, I like to see him as the underdog, that there is a New 52 universe character that he fights head on in this issue that does not have any idea who he is. And he's pretty badass in that. So I liked it. I don't love it. I don't see how I would have loved it because, you know, obviously I want Nightwing. But the first issue was solid, it was fun, and I like the premise. I like that this is kind of like Checkmate, which was a highly underrated book where there's this group that is trying to keep the Capes in check, trying to, you know their secrets, know their secret identities, and use them and keep them in check. And that's what it seems like this is going towards, and I'm excited. I'm cautiously excited about it. So give it a shot. New Suicide Squad. This is Sean Ryan. I wasn't excited for this either. It's like, oh, you know, I'm new Suicide Squad. Great. I was really into Suicide Squad when Les Cott was doing it for like those 4 issues. It's never been a bad book, but it's never been a book that I really cared that much about, even though I should have, because the team consisted of characters that I liked. This issue, again, I'm not all in, but I liked it, and my original opposition has been totally nixed. This is essentially the third page. This is a 2-page spread. So essentially the third page, you find out that Vic Sage is running it. Victor Sage. You know Victor Sage. If you don't, then you should. But this is not a spoiler. There's nothing crazy about it. It's just on the third page, there he is running stuff, and he puts together this team. And why does this team have both Deadshot and Harley and Deathstroke and Joker's daughter? That's redundant. That's overkill. That's 2 sets of characters that are essentially the same characters, the same skill sets of characters. Why does DC even have these characters? Well, friendly competition. Victor Sage wants friendly competition on this team. He wants things going. He wants them to be feared. He wants them to be the most feared villains or the most feared people in the DC universe. They're his squad. They're who he sends to do stuff. And Black Mana's on the team. I love Black Mana. Nice to see him back in action. And it's nice to see this book where you can have not the cliche of the villain breaks out of prison, blah, blah, blah. It's, you know, they go to prison and then they're in Suicide Squad. And that's almost a cliche in and of itself now, Dirty Dozen and all that. But I like the first issue. And I think it was Vic Sage that really cinched it for me. So kudos. I'm excited about the second issue, and hopefully this team starts kicking ass. All of the premise I liked. The execution, I think, obviously will start the second issue. There's a cool cliffhanger at the end of this one, so let's go for it. The rest of DC is just kind of in the middle of things. This cover was pretty awesome of this 75th Batman variant cover of Superman Wonder Woman, and crazy stuff happens with Lois Lane in that. Charles Soule wrote it. He'll be at my store today because, you know, we're near NASA, and he is at NASA right now doing research for Letter 44, the comic and the TV show. Speaking of space, Justice League United 3's out. And look at this on the top now. This is the cool Batman 75th anniversary cover, which they all are coming out really great. But it's gathering to protect the galaxy. Kind of like G Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy. And you look and it's like Adam Strange is essentially Star-Lord, or is Star-Lord Adam Strange, you know, like, obviously. And Martian Manhunter looks kind of like Drax on this cover. And you don't have a raccoon, but you have Animal Man and Hawkman. But this book is starting to come together. I'm starting to really dig the premise of them protecting the galaxy, not just protecting Earth from invaders, but protecting everyone from everything. And I like Lemire's interpersonal interaction of characters. I really dig this growing love-hate relationship with Green Arrow and Animal Man, which continues in this. I've always loved Stargirl, so the book's kicking butt. And the 2 weeklies, this one, Batman Eternal, is just on fire. There are so many cool things going on in this that every subplot is interesting. Everything that's going on with all these characters in Gotham is just awesome. This is what I'm glad. Instead of having, there's still a bunch of Batman spinoffs, but instead of having a bunch of Batman spinoffs where every little character has their own little book where they're the star and they have the spotlight, even though it's in Gotham, and even though Batman's, you know, the top dog, those get kind of disconnected. And why are you spending all your money on that? And are they really, how is this all fitting together? With Batman Eternal, every week you have a book where Gotham is the protagonist, the setting is Gotham, it's Gotham, and Batman's in it, Batman's in every issue, but you see all the machinations against Batman and all that he puts together with his allies, and it's a great time to be a Batman fan. I'm really digging Batman Eternal. I can't say that much for Future's End. I'm enjoying it. I like Batman Beyond in it. I like Tim Drake in it. Hawkman, it's pretty cool with the new Hawkman type of fold to his nth metal. I'm still enjoying it, but Batman Eternal, that is the stuff. That is the book that I think Batman fans have always wanted. So if you aren't getting it, check it out. Moving on to Marvel, Spider-Man 2099, Future Spider-Man in our present. You know he's there if you've been reading Superior Spider-Man. He was left there, and Peter David is writing his stories. You know, Peter David, the same dude that was writing Spider-Man 29 back in the day. So 2099, in our time period, it's funny, and it's not just nostalgic. I like that they're being respectful to the past, but doing new stuff. And, you know, I mean, look, you know how old I am. You know this is my stuff. So I really don't have to say much to sell that book. If you have a soft spot for Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara's in it. He's in our time period. Hopefully we'll get some 2099 stuff out of this book where he goes to the future, and there's stuff where the future comes into even this issue. So it's probably building to that, and it was a great issue. Deadpool has a weekly now. DC has 2 weeklies, now Deadpool has a weekly. It's only going to run for like 8 issues. It's Dracula's Gauntlet, and it was funny. Imagine that. Deadpool versus Dracula, but not necessarily versus Dracula. Maybe Dracula hires him, you know. He's a mercenary, you know. People forget about that. He's usually just causing problems, and it was funny. And it's the regular team of Dugan and Posehn, so enjoy that. Dugan Posehn's Original Sin. I've been enjoying that mainly because of Dazzler. You know, give me that original era Dazzler, I'm happy. That's fun. Original Sin Avengers, in the future, still crazy. I have no idea how this is all going to come together. I have no idea what the end of time is. I don't even know. But it's cool, it's enjoyable. And another Original Sin tie-in that, you know, I wasn't going to talk about. It's Thor and Loki, the 10th Realm, Original Sin. It's 5.1, and Jason Aaron co-writes it. It has a lot of great artists, and essentially it's brothers and sisters. It's Thor, Loki, and Angela. And is that a story you want? That's, you know, interesting to me. It was cool. If you read Thor and Loki, get this. If you read just Loki, get this. If you read Thor, flip through it and see what you think. But I thought, you know, it was much better executed than just the premise was like, oh, Thor has a sister. Okay, whatever. So does Luke Skywalker. But it was a fun book. Moving on to the Independence, Walking Dead. What can I say? I can never say anything because anything I say is a spoiler. So the Walking Dead stuff happens. There's some character development, and they kill some zombies. And then there's ominous stuff about humans that might betray other humans. all in this issue of Walking Dead. Good times. All right, Spread by Justin Jordan. This was fun. This is an independent book that creator owned, him and the artist, Kyle Stram. I read this in advance. I like it. It's kind of like Lone Wolf and Cub in some kind of dystopian type future, but Cub isn't actually his kid, and Cub might be the secret to the hope to stop the future from being so dystopian. And the Spread is just this crazy virus nastiness that's spreading around of muscle and blood and teeth and tissue and grossness, and there's Mad Max type just outlaws everywhere, and he has 2 axes, and he's just axing arrows coming at him, and it's pretty badass. So I enjoyed the heck out of it, and great art. Justin Jordan knows that he has to have a great artist for his crazy over-the-top action sequences, and Spread delivered. So, and it's also, you know, an Image #1, so get it just based on that. Maybe you like it. Maybe you sell it on eBay. I don't know. I'm not you. The Afterlife. This is Oni. And Oni has been putting out some good single-issue stuff now. They did Letter 44 that's already optioned for a TV show by Charles Soule. And The Life After, Joshua Hale Falkoff, is one of those books that's about limbo, about purgatory, about where souls go if said person committed suicide. So I kind of have a soft spot for suicide type stuff. I've been Baker acted in the past. My favorite movie is Heathers, and movie Risk Cutters that's on HBO Go. Really great movie, really cool. And the thing is, why do these people do this? And can they pass on? How do they pass on? And what goes on with their soul afterwards? That's this book. I enjoyed it. I'm on board. Cool. You know, not for everybody, but might be for you. And finally, Valiant. You guys know how much I love Valiant. Armor Hunters 2, Vendetti. This is the crazy big crossover action nuttiness where the suit, exosuit, is something that has destroyed every world it's ever been on. And these Armor Hunters hunt it down and contain it so that it doesn't destroy our world. And it's kind of like, you know, nuclear proliferation, like go around and destroy nukes because they're dangerous weapons. That's basically the premise, but it's, I love Valiant. I love how this world has been built and executed and how the characters dovetail into each other for these shared universe crossovers, and Rob Vendetti is kicking a lot of ass on it. So that's that. Thanks for watching, and check out your comic book store this week and pick some of these up. Thanks, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, share, comment, and if you're local, Tuesday we have trivia and Charles Soule this Tuesday. This Wednesday's open mic. Thursday's the Church of Nintendo. There's going to be so much Nintendo, so many old school Nintendo games. Friday's karaoke, as always. Saturday, Claire and the Potatoes are having their show, and after that's over, an elite group of volunteers and a few professionals will be tearing down the wall and expanding the comic shop. So if you want to be involved in that, just let us know on Facebook. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.